nice to be a hero. It's nice to fix things, but other people saying, okay, that's difficult.
Welcome to Now That's It, Stories of MSP Success, where we dive into the journeys of some of the trailblazers in our industry to find out how they used their passion for technology to help turn managed services into the thriving sector it is today.
Over the last 25 years, you would build one of the most trusted MSPs in Netherlands, taking on most vital and complex needs without private equity, I may add. Today, Bizway is the team companies call when everything's on fire, whether it's a cyber attack, a data breach, or a full systems failure. So how did a kid with a passion for tech become one of the most respected voices in European cybersecurity? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Welcome to the Now That's It podcast, Bart Lageweg.
What an introduction. Thank you.
I did my best.
Yeah.
I tried to give you as much justice as possible, but let you tell your own story. So I always find the origin story really interesting from our guests, Bart. So finding out, what are your connections? Like, tell us, what were your earliest memories of technology?
Yeah, the earliest memory, I'm 45. So a lot of people with my age, internet was a thing then. And I was one of the first person with a mobile phone in the classroom.
Yeah.
So when the mobile phone is going off, I can say hi.
Yep.
No rules, no classroom rules. And I did some street things. So I help in the city with computer problems. And very fast I get to know people, companies that is hard to manage. So it was very nice to do things that other people finding hard to manage. So that's the story.
So you're a teenager helping business with technology. What was the thinking between more schooling and starting your own business? What was the decision you were doing?
Always the same.
Yeah.
I don't like school.
Yeah.
But my kids are gonna hear this. School is good.
Yeah.
But
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, kids. But the problem is, if you can manage your own time and your own decision, it's very hard to stay on school. And the other problem was, I was not very much on school. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the school are saying, okay, if you want to manage this time, you can help us in the evening for evening school. And then everything is gone. Because if you are one of the guys in the evening, you're not one of the childs in the day. So.
That's right. So for 10 years, it was just Bart, right?
Yeah.
Doing things your way. What kind of work is that? Like, who were your clients in that first decade?
Now the clients are from little banks. That's very nice. Teletext, I don't know what it's called in the English, but it's the thing about after the old TV screens, you got some text. For example, the normal providers or the old providers for now are very hard to manage traffic information, news, and all sorts of feeds. Now we call it feeds, and I like to manage that. And in the same time, I'm bold, you see, and was also a very young bold. So one of the nice things, not everything was very nice if you're bold so when you're young, but when I was 20, people were thinking I was 30. So that was nice. So one of the things I've managed, strange enough, is you have 112 in Europe. And in the past, in year 2000, I've managed one of the things of 112 because they don't know my age. And I like that sort of stuff of projects.
So after 10 years of solo doing it by yourself, you rented your first office and you hired your first employees. What triggered that? What was the moment you said, I should do this? I should go get this building?
Time. The time was up.
Yeah.
So, and I want to manage my my clients. And one of the most interesting things, but maybe one of your questions, but we will see, is that was break fix. Everyone did break fix in that time. So I hired my first employee, and I'm firing 3 months later because I was thinking, okay, it's not good enough. But the problem is handling it to other persons except of yourself.
Yeah.
It's still a problem sometimes.
Yeah, you try to hire yourself. You're never going to hire yourself.
Always the same
right?
problem with owners.
Right. You almost want to hire somebody that's better, right?
Yeah.
Surround yourself with better people. And that's hard to do as an owner as well. So some MSPs they prefer to grow organically.
Yeah.
They build their teams. They continue to grow at whatever pace that is. You took a different path. You had a small acquisition early on. Who were you targeting? What is it specifically that you were looking for in that?
Every
M&A?
6 months we bought a company, and it's starting very small, 10,000 euro revenue a year, so it's very small, to 100,000 to 1 million. And why we did that is there was always 1 or 2 customers that need very much extra help. So it was our acquisition, marketing, sales, everything inside, and it was easy, because you get a lot of customers and you can pick which one needs more attention for security, compliance, and all sort of stuff.
So you said a real breakthrough was when you sold half the company.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that story.
Yeah, six years ago, I sold the half, so 50%. So a little bit risky there.
Yeah.
But my co-owner now, and I did like it very much, because we need to be sure that we are having the same focus. A lot of private equity are buying companies, and the owner will go away. And most of the time, not in the 2 years buyout, but now 1 year or 3 months, because we're not very good with Excel and other people managing. So what we did is we sold the half. So I get the same energy. I'm talking to you 6 years ago later, and I'm very happy with that, because you got some nice things. You got some money on the bank. That's one of the solutions.
That's great
for the family and all sort of stuff.
And you chose IMG, right? Why IMG over just sort of regular private equity?
Yeah, because the 2 things. One of the main things that was very nice, but is that you can look at the kitchen. So you know the story already. I see you smiling. It's very nice that you are bought with a bigger company, but that's not so big. But 150 people, we are with 20, 30 then, and you can look in the kitchen. Hey, that's feeling nice. That's not nice. And sometimes I'm not feeling nice, and 2 years later think maybe it's a good idea. So it's very nice to look at the kitchen without a problem there.
Yeah.
And the other thing is we have both the same focus. Only the focus with IMG is health, and the focus on our end is everything except health.
Yeah.
Because you want to have some risk. You can take some risk sometimes. If something is broken, so a system is broken totally, you can do other risk things with non-health than health.
How has your business model evolved with the growth of the business?
Yeah, with all the standard things. Sorry for that. So we have sales, service management, project management, ITSM. We have everything now, because customers need it.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting, and I went through a very similar. We were about a 50-person MSP that was acquired by about 120, 130-person MSP. So very similar. All of a sudden, you're the new kids on the block in the company, but you've got all this experience with different levels of service. And so you bring your own expertise into a bigger portfolio, but all of a sudden you're 3 times, 4 times as large, right? So that's a good and a bad thing. You have to evolve what you're doing and how you're delivering your services. And it's great that you have a group of people at IMG.
Yeah, and evolve. I tell people I need to evolve also every 6 months. So you need to evolve. I'm here with you and with Berlin, and it's to listen.
Yeah.
You need to learn.
Yeah. So you're primarily attracted to the most important and critical things, and the things that have been broken the most. Why is that, Bart?
It's nice to be a hero.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's people are working with us, and myself, I'm working also.
Yeah.
It's nice to fix things, but other people saying, okay, that's difficult.
Yeah. Is that a challenge though? I mean, the significance, the monetary value, right? Always always trying to put fires out. I mean, is that how you were built? That's how your brain was built?
Yeah, that's a problem because always is the dark side in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it's coming, I'm a technical guy, so
Yes.
you'll always think, okay, that's change, okay, that's okay, but if that is going down, we need to fix that. Always the mindset.
Yeah. A lot of technicians, I don't want to say most, but a lot of technicians don't like change, right? They like I can handle these sort of things. I know I'll knock these things out of the box. But when it's outside of that scope, they get a little anxious.
Yeah.
But that's not you, Bart,
No.
right? You
No, for sure.
you look for that, ooh, I've not seen that before.
Yeah.
Let's go figure that out.
Yeah.
That's neat. Where do you think that came from? Why do you think you're that way?
I think it's nice to acknowledge yourself and your environment. So if you want to learn and get it in control, that's a nice feeling. I think it's a rush. It's an how do you call it? Yeah.
Yeah. You just said every 6 months you're trying to evolve, whether it be your business or yourself.
Precisely.
And so the only way to do that is to expose yourself to some new things, right?
Yeah.
Some new opportunities, new challenges.
Sometimes hard.
Sometimes hard,
Yeah.
for sure. I bet you there's days where you go home and it doesn't feel like you got anything accomplished,
Yeah,
right?
precisely. Yeah.
That's hard. So how do you find clients in that niche, in that sort of firefighter niche?
Yeah.
Like, where do they come from?
Government, for
Okay.
example, and one of the things is you need to make time for it. So I have a lot of discussion of our compliance for free. So I'm working a lot of governments without sending a bill, but it's now free. I see you smiling because you know why.
Yep.
Marketing, know
right.
your name dropping.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I'm getting clients of because you need to be sure it's not free. So you cannot make a sign on the
That's right.
on the building. You must, if you give time to it, you can also get some things back because you're the expert or you know what you're talking about, and that's important. So people need to know you, and need to know your company, of course.
Sure. Can you talk a little bit about compliance? When did that come around? You mentioned government. So if you're working with governments, that's the first thing that's on their mind, right? Did you realize that compliance was an avenue that Bizway should be focused on early on? How long ago?
Maybe from the wrong thing.
Okay.
Because one of the most important thing, if you want to make hurry, if something is on fire, you don't want to have problems with compliance.
Right.
So you need to be sure you have all the stamps. And that's why we're beginning with the compliancy. Yeah. Now it's helping a lot because it's a framework, and you can say, okay, it's an ISO or an N or something like that. But it's the first thing why we did it was because we don't want to have a government or another company saying, okay, you can help, but you don't have this stamp. So sorry.
Yeah.
So
it's a sales tool for you as well, right?
Sure,
because it's one thing if Bart comes in and says, this is what you need.
Yeah.
But if you show a regulated bodies document that says these are the things that, the government needs or a finance sector needs, they believe it. It's from the government, right?
So on the other hand, you see also from big escalations, for example, that's very interesting now, is one of the governments saying to a big cyber incident for a new customer on us, Azure is the only thing you can do. And we can say, okay, we don't do Azure, but we cannot help the customer. Yeah. But now, a year later, that's maybe a little problem now. But you need to be sure that you have the stamps and that you do the technical stuff to keep them quiet so you can do your work.
Have you had to, how has your employees, their training, their skill set, how has that evolved as you've offered compliance? Have you had to train people internally? Have you been able to do that? Have you had to go out and hire new types of individuals?
No, what we do, and I hope everyone is doing that, is if somebody coming to audit us, everyone must say the true story. No,
right.
No strange things. Say what you're doing. Because we have written down what we're doing, and then it's ISO not a problem.
Right.
Then it's also not a problem. If you make stuff up, then it's a problem.
Documentation is half the battle,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean, the battle is always documentation, for sure. It's still a battle.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about how Bizway has matured and evolved. What do you do differently than maybe others? Like, how have you really separated yourself?
One of the things that's very helping is coaching.
Mhm.
So yeah, that takes time, also time.
Yep. Yep.
So if you're an owner and you're a technical owner, that's one of the hardest thing. But because if you ask me on 4 o'clock in the night, can you help me with some CLI? I don't say no.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
So you must do other stuff. And one of the things is that you get a coach and you make promises with the coach about
Mhm.
your home life, about your work life, of your everything. And the stupid coach is
Mhm.
asking a week later, "Hi Bart,
Mhm.
how is everything going?
Yeah.
Did you help 4 o'clock, or did you say you can do and go to sleep again?" Okay. And the second time I say, okay, I didn't go to sleep again. I F5 a lot if it's working again, but I didn't log in.
Yeah.
Wow. Next time they don't I need that you click down the laptop. I
That's
didn't do that, but help a lot.
That's great. That's great advice. Getting a coach, getting someone a mentor, somebody
Yeah.
that you can work with, because you're naturally, again, a problem solver. Even though you've evolved your profession, right? You're now a business owner,
Yeah.
and you've been able to give up half, right? Half of that sort of business you've been able to turn over to a larger group of people as
Mhm.
well. it You would think it would free you up. It would give you more time to focus on the business, but naturally you're a problem solver. And so
Yeah.
you need
Still.
someone that can tell you, Bart, don't do that, right? Cut down on the amount of time, those
Yeah.
calls at 4 o'clock in the morning. You've hired somebody that can handle those calls.
Precisely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really, really important. So for a time you were finding clients that were recovering from ransomware incidents, but you don't see that as a long-term strategy,
No,
right?
no, because gladly a lot of backups, cyber recovery plans are working on this moment.
That's right.
But we see a new kid on the block.
Yeah.
We see regulation. So NIS2 is a very big thing in Europe. And the other end is we're seeing a lot of private equity that buying companies and they're saying, okay, cut off the niche customers because we need to grow, so we need the standard.
Mhm.
And one thing we like very much is the non-standard customers. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm very glad with all the private equity.
Yeah. I've seen MSPs talk about those two big places they see themselves evolving, and you nailed one of them. That compliance, that governance,
Yeah.
really, really important. There are fewer and fewer service providers that are able to provide that service, that are able to assist clients, businesses with their compliance needs. And the other one is really sort of a business outcomes, right?
Yeah.
They're talking to their businesses about how do you grow, right?
Yeah.
How do you grow your small little car wash or your doctor's office or whatever? And you all are not necessarily experts in their lines of business, but you can help with things like, well, we can provide a higher level of service on the back end so you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
downtime or
Exactly.
outages
Yeah.
or problems like that. So what are you the most excited for in the future, Bart? What does Bizway in 5 to 10 years look like?
it's, it's an important question.
Yeah.
Of course, we have 5-year plans,
Mhm.
and I think we focus more. Focus is the thing in the world.
Mhm.
Sorry for that, but focus will thing.
Mhm.
So we are liking a lot of family companies.
Mm.
So you got families with transport, logistics, chemical, oil. That's what we like, and we want to go forward on that one.
Mhm.
And I think if we go on the way we are going, it's going to be fast and good. On the other hand, we don't want to go dead. So, I'd, for example, if I'm going 100%, I got a big problem with the other owner because he's saying, "Okay, Bart, you don't gonna go dead because a lot of companies are doing that."
Right.
So yeah,
You've talked a lot about the value of having a board.
yeah,
And the accountability side
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
So, how are you and the board looking at sort of what's next, right? I mean, you've talked a little bit about the growth, the direction you're heading. How can boards help maybe other MSPs?
I think one of the things is I'm starting too late with the board.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm owner, technical,
Sure.
I know everything better than would know. That's
Mm-hmm.
the problem. You need to have a strong board,
Mm-hmm.
and they cost a lot of money.
That's right.
But if you're falling down or you need to have a conversation with you without getting the phone, you need a board. So the strategy is to be sure that it's more professionally, more focus, and that's what a board doing. Because if you are a helping guy, you want, okay, you have a printer store, I can help you for the last time. I will help you with the grocery store. It's not our fit, but I like you very much. And you need to have a board to say, oh, but
That's right.
well, you need to focus. We're going that way.
Yeah.
So that's a very important thing.
Very-
Same as the coach. It's
Sure.
a simple.
Very good. Bart, we talked a little bit about the future of Bizway. How about you personally? What are you hoping? What are some of your future goals?
The strange thing is that I'm where I want to be. I'm here.
Mhm.
Maybe my English is what a thing, but we
It's
will
beautiful.
see. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
beautiful Dutch.
Yeah.
So, but for personal goal, I hope that I can follow a long time. So I know I'm going older now. So maybe every half year every year involve yourself, but that's okay. I'm talking a lot with a lot of interesting people, and I'm liking it very much. And I'm for sure if I'm going away from the industry, I'm lost my nice hobby. So
Yeah.
I'm not going away.
You're really good at what you do. You made some difficult decisions, right? Giving up half of
Yeah.
the business a
Of
while
the baby,
back.
yeah. So,
But
yeah.
I think it's probably helped you out, right?
Yeah.
It's made you you're able to last quite a bit longer
Yeah.
because now you've got a bigger team
Precisely.
that you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
rely
for
on.
sure, for sure.
Really, really important. All right, Bart, my last question,
Yeah.
and I always love to ask this. When did you know now that's it?
Yeah. Now we have COVID also in the Netherlands.
Mhm.
And when the call was coming on a nice Sunday evening from the government, we need your help because we need very fast new systems for everything, for QR code, for vaccination, for everything. And every week are coming the new call. Hey, we need a new system. And you can call other people, hey, we need help. You want to go outside? Please help me. And they trust you. That's very nice. And at the same time, we have a small city in the Netherlands that has a ransomware. And we did it together with a team, with a lot of external people, and everyone getting up to help. And that was the it.
Awesome. Bart, I thank you so much for being here. I wish you and the Bizway team the absolute best of luck in the future. And I look forward to staying in touch. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you for this interview.